Welcome everyone to another episode of the Caribbean Corner podcast. Tonight I have some amazing guests here with me, Caribbean creators and entrepreneurs here with me tonight. We're going to be talking all things Caribbean, what it's like to be Caribbeans living abroad, and much more. So make sure you guys tune in till the end and watch. You guys want to go around and introduce yourselves? We're going to start from left to bottom with King. So Tiff,
Hi, I'm Tiffany. I am a content creator on an app called Bigo. I have an agency in North America. I have an agency in the UK, and I now just have a Caribbean agency for the platform. Hola.
beautiful lady. I'm going to call you lady, whatever your name, or you want me to call you Shannon.
It doesn't matter. Hi everyone. My name is Shannon Green. In Toronto, I run a full-time, full-service financial brokerage. So I consider myself an entrepreneur before a creator, and then I'm also the current reigning Mrs. Jamaica World, and that's in a nutshell until we get into this.
Beautiful. Sabrina's next.
Hi guys, my name is Sabrina. I am a content creator on Instagram and TikTok. I also design carnival costumes. I'm a model. I do social media work I'm very involved in Caravana Carnival. I also am the creator of Carnival Baddie dolls. I recreate costumes on dolls for people of Caribbean or anybody actually. But I mostly do carnival costumes on Barbie dolls that look like us.
Awesome.
Beautiful. And we got the one king at the bottom.
Do you want to go by King or you want my actual real
Whatever you
name?
want. Whatever you want.
Right. I'm Jermaine. I do content creating with Anthony. I never normally do this before. I have a renovation business where I do construction, so home renovation, and I also have JD's Kitchen, which I do there Fridays, and then on my other part, I can't really say what my job is online, so I'm gonna leave that part out of it. It's kind of like secret. And yeah, that's basically what it is that I do. Very entrepreneurial kind of guy. That's it.
All right, beautiful. All right, we're gonna get into the first topic. You guys want me to introduce myself? I think I've already done so. If you guys,
Perfect.
yeah, yeah, I work with
Do.
I work with costumes as well. Quite different from what Sabrina works with. She knows. Um, and I pretty much do two social media brands. I guess work on two social media brands as well. And yeah, I'm starting this podcast. Hopefully, we can elevate and celebrate our community on a global scale and connect people worldwide. So this is my goal, and this is what I hope can happen in the future. So let's get into it. What are some of the pros and cons about being Caribbean, like living abroad? Like when you first came here, what were some of the pros and cons you guys encountered when you first moved? Sabrina, were you born here? I wasn't sure. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I
But
was born
I'm
here.
sure you still have some lived experience being of Caribbean descent. So we can go.
Yeah, I visit all the time, and most of my family's back there. So
So what were some of the pros? Let's get into the pros of moving here first.
obviously, better opportunities. We weren't limited to certain things that a lot of people got into back home. Yeah, most of it was just opportunities because I don't know why else we would come to this cold ass country, but better life for my like obviously us, my generation and stuff, but I would say that's probably the biggest pro for
Financial,
my parents
yeah,
at least.
and stability, I guess. Yeah. Anyone else?
Yeah, I could say the same thing. Like financial stability is one of the pros for me when I come here in Canada because this month actually made 29 years I've been in Canada. I get to experience different culture when I came to Canada, so that's like something positive because back home in Jamaica, I went from being like Chinese Jamaican, and I guess Indians in the summertime. That's basically it. I never really get exposure to the other cultures, and it was like positive to be exposed to other culture and see what it's like, right?
Nice.
For myself, I was actually born here in Canada, but because both my parents are Jamaican, I was able to represent the title on a Jamaican level. So for me, Toronto is pretty much what I was born and raised to know. And for me to step into the Jamaican title, it was more about learning about my culture, being about my culture, and representing on a larger scale for the diaspora and Jamaica as a whole.
For me, I think both of my parents were born in Jamaica. I was a born Canadian, but I was very much raised in a Jamaican culture. So I had a lot of structure um, that really helped me navigate through Canadian life as a young adult. I find that a lot of things that they adapt in Jamaica, it's different than Canada, and more so, I've learned to survive, how to adapt to different foods. Um, we weren't allowed to do certain things. Um, just for example, piercing my ears. I couldn't touch my ears till I was 18, more so sleepovers. And now I see how the structure of the Jamaican culture has definitely helped me grow as a woman in the Toronto culture.
Nice. And what are some of the cons you guys found when you came here, or I guess are living here as Caribbean people?
Like an identity crisis, almost not crisis,
Mm.
but wasn't really sure what I was. And we didn't have like for me, I'm Indo-Caribbean, right? Both my parents born and raised in Trinidad, all of that. We never had that term when I was growing up. Like I'm in my mid 30s. I would never say that I was Indo-Caribbean. I didn't know how to tell people what I was. My mom would be like, "Yeah, we're West Indian." But then I go to school and there'd be real Indian people there, and they're like, "Well, like what west part of India or what?" And I'm a kid. I don't know. I'm just like, it's Trinidad. I don't know what to tell you. It's in the Caribbean. And then they don't know. They see that I'm brown. They're confused. So I'm not black. And it's a lot every time we try to explain what we are to people. It took a long time for me to like
Mhm.
understand where I came from and then
Yeah.
get into my culture more so, I guess.
Yeah, makes sense. I'm sure some of
If
you
I can
felt that.
just
Yeah.
touch on, if
Go
I
ahead.
can just touch on what Tiffany said, I can relate to what she was saying because as a Canadian born child, I would say, you know, as with Caribbean parents, they just teach us, like the Anansi stories or they give us the food and that's what we're expected to know. And then when we go back, it's like, oh, wow, it's either we can't live with this or this is beautiful. This is what I want to know and live in. And like even to today, my parents are like, yo, you're more Jamaican than us right now. So it's just like right now I think it's a big culture shock for a lot of people,
Mhm.
especially the generations, our generation or the generations to follow us. And I believe that's why a lot of the consulates and the tourism boards, those different bodies are trying to do a lot of things to bring the diaspora back into Jamaica, not just to learn about the culture but to keep the culture going.
Nice. Anyone else?
As a con, I would just say again, identity. Sometimes people look at me and be like, hey, what are you? When I explain to them, my parents, I seem to be, just my complexion is super light. It's been a controversy for me. Both of my parents are actually of a browner skin. Just even with that, I think the food is also definitely different. Um, just Jamaican food and Canadian food, just how the healthiness of the food is completely different. So I think I would say it's a con in Canada compared to the Jamaican food. It's definitely different in that aspect.
And when it comes to food, do you feel like the level of authenticity can be achieved? Because Randall's in the chat right now and he likes to cook. So, do you think that level of authenticity can be achieved cooking it here?
No, no, because stuff grows on the trees in Jamaica.
It's the
Like
ingredients.
they grow naturally on the trees. Like I can't go outside and pick a mango or a guinnop or go look sugar cane or ackee that stuff grows naturally. I can't do that here. Everything is in canned or it's bought, or now we're seeing a lot of stuff that's going on with the foods artificially, what they're putting in the foods. So it's never going to be the same when it comes from the earth.
Mm-hmm.
So Anthony, back to what Tiffany says, it's true because like I'm here. Yes, we could go and pay to pick apples, cherry, or some strawberry and stuff like that, but the 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 feel of going into your own yard and pick your mangoes, your soursop, your June plum, all those things, your own plum, your own apple. It's like different because there are different type of fruits and like the taste, everything is like different from the
Mhm.
all Caribbean because I've been to different Caribbean island and they all like the same when you have the fruits, like a different feel. You don't have to
Mhm.
worry about the chemicals that's they use to spray their fruits and stuff here with.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to worry about none of those things. Like you know you planted it, you know what is the food is getting, right?
Mhm.
So it is totally different. Right? My kids, I try to get them to do eat a lot of food. Only one food I could get them to eat really for like Jamaican is like curry chicken and dumpling. That's it. They're not even eat yam, banana, nothing like that. It's just
Mhm.
curry chicken, dumpling. That's it. Right? I would give them rice
Good
and
stuff.
peas. Them I pick out the peas out of it. So it's like hard here. That's like a
Mhm.
con for me because you're trying to get your kids to get used to your culture and all the stuff that you were used to when you're growing up with. And like it's hard for them to get used to it. Right? So those are my cons for you.
I think one of the biggest cons
I
probably.
remember.
Yeah, go ahead, Shannon. I'll tell.
No, I was going to say to King. I remember last year when I brought a group to Jamaica, they were like praising us, and to this day they still praise us because they love mangoes, and they went to Devon House, and all they were doing was picking mangoes up off of the floor. That was the best part of their trip. And to this day they still talk about it because of course here you go in the store, you go to No Frills, you go to Food Basic, you buy a mango, but there you're picking it up for free and people are taking it for granted.
Mhm.
And then just like my kids here, they grew up to eating Jamaican food. If you give them anything from a can, they will not accept it at all.
See?
Yeah,
Mm.
even with the mangoes you're saying, like if we buy the mangoes here, it's not the same because they cannot pick those mango ripe or close to ripe. They have to pick it basically like green when it's just turning to go into the ripe stage. And by the time
Mhm.
it gets shipped here, and like the taste is different. When
Right.
you think
Yeah.
you will bite into it smells so sweet, but when you bite into this mango, you're like it's staying burning your lips. So you're like, hold on, this is fresh. This is not the real thing. When you
Mhm.
know you go to the tree, like you see that it's ripe and it's like pretty, like yo, the mango, the pretty, you have to get that mango, and you go and pick that, wash that, and eat it by yourself like that. So yeah, it's different. I have a plan though. I have a plan. If I could get enough people, I need to buy 10 acres here because I love farming too, right? And I always
Mhm.
say I wanna do like a greenhouse where because I know how to graft mangoes and all those things. But we could actually bring those stuff here and plant them in Canada, but people think it can't happen. It actually can. It's just the space I don't have to do,
Mm.
right?
I
Because
think
banana grows here.
one of the cons coming to Canada, and not particularly for me because when I moved here, I moved to Scarborough, which was majority of people were Caribbean people. But for a lot of people that come here, Canada, U.S., and that are like isolated in areas that don't have a lot of Caribbean people, it could be hard. In terms of like I guess bullying and not fitting in and stuff like that as well. But a lack of education too, people don't have on our culture and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that would be one of the cons. Sorry, and
Mhm.
what you're saying about the fruits, yeah, like I think back home, living back home, I would never go hungry. Even if my mom doesn't cook for the day, I would never go hungry,
Cat.
because you'd be out all day with your friends, and like either one of their parents will give you food, or you'll just walk up to like some tree somewhere, pick a guava, pick something, eat something out on the road. Like you know what I mean? We always like fended for ourselves, and I think a lot of kids back here, like over here, don't have that freedom or level of independence that
Mhm.
we did, and were forced to have at a young age.
Mhm.
Look here. Here in Canada, if we want to go fishing, right, we have to pay for the license. Either
Yeah.
in Jamaica or any Caribbean, you go river, you go catch fish, you catch crabs, you get anything. And as you said, in the Caribbean, if you go hungry, you choose to be hungry,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's what I say. Because like even when you don't have like current, like light, we have a thing we call buckle torch. We use to light that up. Enough people never used to have power. You see the Delco generator, and that's it. So
True.
yeah, I miss those days.
True.
Those are the days, man. I'm ready to retire from Canada. I'm make here be my
I think a
vacation.
lot of people are at this point. I
Yeah.
think a lot of people are.
A lot of people are moving out of Canada, not just like anywhere. A lot of places.
Yeah.
True. Lots has
Now we're
changed.
gonna look at the larger media scape, I guess, like film and stuff like that. Do you guys feel like the Caribbean, like Caribbean people, are not underrepresented in those spaces? Sabrina, I'll ask you because I know there was a movie that came out that people were all huffing and puffing about. Um, with
Oh my God.
I forgot her name now, but yeah, like, do you guys
Priyanka
feel like,
Chopra.
yeah, do you guys feel like we're underrepresented in? Well, we can go back to Cool Runnings too.
For sure.
We can go to Cool Runnings as well. Do you guys feel we're underrepresented in film and in vast media?
100%. Everybody thinks if you
Mhm.
there for me, any Caribbean role that I've seen, no matter what island they're from, is a Jamaican accent.
And they're not
And
Jamaican.
everybody thinks the whole of Caribbean is Jamaica. Or they have someone who is not of Caribbean descent doing a horrendous accent. I don't know where they pick these people up from, but yeah, we're definitely underrepresented. People are still very confused about Caribbean people and our history and all of that. Um, my opinion on that movie, I I saw some of the comments and I saw people getting upset. I'm not one of those people. That might be an unpopular take. I don't really care that I watched the movie, so I actually watched it, and it's not. I don't know what people were bigging it up to be. I think she did a good job. I thought the movie was good. We got a little mention of like indentured servitude and all of that, but I didn't really see all the need for all of that commotion personally.
I think it was a small group of people that were, because I was trying to find it as well, like on the web, and I couldn't find anything, but I had to go like specific people to
Saw a
find.
lot of Guyanese people get upset about
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I
I
saw a lot
couldn't
of
really
Guyanese
find it.
people get upset, but I mean, and I saw a lot of people. They're like, it should have been an Indo-Caribbean actress. It should have been an Indo-Caribbean actress. And I was like, okay, but who off the top of your head can you really think of that would be the right age, look
Right.
the part, stuff like that? And people's suggestions were like very unserious. So I think for what, and because technically, what Priyanka Chopra's character, she wasn't she came from India. So she was actually an Indian being taken over to like the Caribbean islands. So like she was casted properly. She was an Indian person
Hmm.
that came over. So I don't know. That was my take on it. So
Randall's asking where the Canadian accent came from, and I think he's trying to refer to the Toronto accent, because the Canadian accent is all over the place. But I think you're trying to refer to the horrendous Toronto accent, Randall, if I'm not mistaken. Can you guys see the chat? Can you guys see the chat here on the screen?
I cannot.
no. Oh,
Okay,
No, ask a question. I'm
there's a
still
chat.
trying
There's a
to
chat
see.
on
Oh,
on the right
now
hand
I
side,
can.
public chat. But he
okay.
says,
I'm seeing it on the side, but I'm just seeing what you
yeah.
wrote.
Okay, yeah. Can I ask where the lingo and accent in Canada originated from? And I'm assuming it's a Toronto one. Um, I think I guess it's mostly Jamaican. I would say Jamaican mixed with, I don't know what. To be honest with you, yeah, that's what he's talking about. The
Mostly
Toronto accent.
Jamaican.
I'll let the Jamaicans speak on this because what do you guys think of the Toronto accent?
What do you mean with
What do you mean
Toronto?
Toronto? Yeah.
The the
I'm still trying to figure.
the
I'm still trying to figure out this Toronto accent thing people are
this
talking about. 'Cause like sometimes I'm listening to these young kids. Yo, man, it's Mark. I don't know what the Toronto accent. I talk normal, bro.
yeah
Not the lingo, the Toronto, I guess a
Yeah.
Canadian Jamaican rather than a
yeah
Jamaican
yes
Canadian.
yes 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 yes. Like
I mean, it's just the dialect.
I don't want to call any names, but yeah, I don't want to,
No,
but
call the name. Say what it
mm-mm.
is. I'm trying to figure it out too. Maybe try
There are a
finish
few
school like.
a few non Jamaican or non Caribbean creators that perpetuate or
That
push
talk in
that,
the accent.
yeah, that
Mm.
accent, yeah.
I
Yeah,
listen.
it's a
I
character
believe
for
even if
them.
you're not
I
Jamaican,
think
they
it's.
still call themselves Jamaican. So I think that's why everybody's asking. Be specific.
I think
Mm.
it's just their
Going through
interpretation of how a Jamaican sounds, but because they're not culturally from Jamaica, they're just trying a thing, as we would say in Canada. Like
Yeah.
they're trying something. It's their perception of how patois would sound, but
It's
they
just
can't
slang
speak it because
Or
for
Jamaica has
them.
different
Jamaican, as they would
dialects,
say.
right? So even different parts of Jamaica has different dialects the way they talk. So I mean, they're gonna adapt to the best one that they can and try a thing.
It's
Well,
heavily inspired by Jamaican accent, I
Or
would
you're an
say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
uptown girl, or you're a country girl, or something like that.
Right.
Anthony, Anthony, if they know, because you have people from Mandeville, St.
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth, them speak different. Like you will hear
Mm-hmm.
Mandeville and them like, your band there? What is your band there? Like, were you there? You get what I'm saying? That's how St. Elizabeth people them speak and the Mandeville people them speak. Because my family is all over in Jamaica. And it's different. And like even when I left Jamaica in 97 and I went back in 2000 and 2000, when I went back in 2000, everybody laughed after me.
You're speaking
Because then,
geographically though. You're speaking like specific areas. Toronto's
yeah,
accent is Toronto's accent is not one accent. It's like a specific group
but
of people there Rando's referring
yeah,
to
but
that
you
use that
know,
use the I don't know what to even call
bro,
it.
as you were saying before, it's the people that their parents are from Jamaica and they hear a few Jamaicans speak and they're trying to be like that and get adapt to that kind of language and they don't understand it fully, right? So I really don't know what this Toronto accent because I'm from Scarborough like you. I grew up in Scarborough most of my life till I moved out west, right? And I never speak the way these kids are speaking today,
No,
right?
exactly. I think me and Tiffany, me and Tiffany went to high school together, so
Yes.
we never spoke like that back in the days. It was never as
What
bad
high
as it
school,
is today.
you went? What high school you went?
Vanier.
Oh,
Woo,
yeah.
woo, woo. Sorry, just had
So
to.
what I think it is that um when you're born here and you want to live up to the Caribbean
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle, we'll call it, because you live in that household, you're being spoken to like that, you're being
Mm-hmm.
fed that, you're being given the culture, right? You are going to try and be that as a Canadian child, right? Or not being from Jamaica because you're trying to fit in, right? So if you're talking about a Toronto accent, that's probably where this is coming from. Like, I don't have TV, so I don't know what movie you guys are talking about right now until I hear the name. But so that's what I'm thinking, that where this whole concept is coming from. So it's like the term, Jafaican. A lot of people call us as Canadian born a Jafaican. If you start trying to talk
just like
Patois, then it's like you don't sound like you come from there. Or if you're from there and you come back here and then you go back, oh no, you're not Jamaican, you're from foreign. It's
Mhm.
like you automatically lose your status as soon as you jump on the plane to try and build a better life for yourself.
I definitely agree with that in a sense, but I also feel like, for example, when people ask me what I am, I say I'm Canadian Jamaican. Some people would refer as Jamaican Canadian to let them know, like, I'm born Canadian, but my background is Jamaican. And I feel that when you're raised in the Jamaican culture, you naturally adapt it because that's all you know. So
Mhm.
I completely agree with you, lady. Like everything you're saying, it's just it gets it like it gets mixed up. Like for example, even if you go to
It's
England
mixed
and
up
come
and
to
it's confusing
Toronto,
for some.
your accent is gonna be kind of English and then the London accent. So it's it's just how what's around you. You adapt to it, right?
So for me, my family, there's four of us. My family grew us up as in you're Jamaican,
Mm-hmm.
nothing else. So if you ask us where we're from, we are Jamaican.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we identify. And
Mm-hmm.
then it really depends on who's asking the question. It's
Mm-hmm.
where are you from or what is your heritage, depending on how we answer the question. And then people are like, well, you don't look Jamaican. Then like, what do I look like then? Right?
Right.
My mother, she's fairer than you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So growing up, they thought we were Eritrean. That's a whole different story. But what I'm saying is like people just are confused on a whole.
Yeah.
But It's like as a Caribbean itself, we were raised to say that we are Jamaican, and that's what I identif- identified as my whole life. But if you ask me specifically, where are you from? Or you don't look like Jamaican, I'm like, okay, well, we're Indian and we're this and we're that, but I don't really get into all of my mix unless you ask me a specific question.
Mhm.
So I think it really boils down to um, heritage, culture, identity, being specific to what you really want to know about an individual.
Right. Great.
And this is a great segue into my next topic here. Um, Caribbean cultures has a huge impact around the world globally, especially Jamaican culture has had a huge impact globally. How do we embrace the fact that people are going to celebrate our cultures while also protecting our identity and our roots? And for example, because me and King had this conversation before with the accent, and we've been back and forth with the accent. Would you go into a Chinese establishment or an Indian establishment and speak to them and order your food with their accent?
with a Chinese accent, you know.
Would you? So then why wouldn't
Unless
why would why would
I know the
why would
person
you think
like
it's
I know.
okay to go into a Jamaican
Right.
establishment not being Jamaican and speak to them with their accent? Why do we allow
Yeah.
that?
I don't think anyone should go into any establishment that they're not from and speaking that language in their accent. You
And this
go
all
in there,
circles back to what Randall's speaking about because it is part of what he's
it
saying.
is what happened. Because I seen it happen. Like somebody see me say you're Jamaican, all of a sudden they start saying Bumbleclad and
Yeah.
Wagwan and all of those things, you know? And it's like also
Yeah.
like Jamaican, you're Jamaican, and they say, oh, am I youth? You have a lighter? I say, no. You're not Jamaican. Yes, but why do I have a lighter? You not smoke weed? No, I don't smoke. I may get whipped if I smoke, so I not smoke. So don't think every Jamaican smoke. But as you said, like when I go into the establishment, I don't go in there and just speak Chinese because it's a Chinese, or I go speak Hindu because I went into an Indian restaurant. I just go in there just like good afternoon or good morning. Can I have this or can I have that? If they understand me, they understand. You know, I don't try to do it unless, as I said, if I know the person who owned the establishment and we're friends and we talk like that, that's different,
Yeah,
right?
and that's the difference
But
between
if I
accents
don't
and
know you,
language.
yeah,
Because if
yes,
you
if
could
I
speak,
don't
if
know
you
you
could
and I'm
speak
from
Cantonese or Chinese or something like that, you can go in and speak to them. That's fine. But
yeah, but if
going
I
in
don't
there
speak
and
it, I'm not gonna
yeah,
pretend. I'm not gonna go in there and
imitating their
pretend.
accent with an English, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It would be racist. So why
yeah.
do we as a people allow
And it's
other?
disrespectful to some
Yeah, why?
people.
But why do we allow that though? Because I've seen it all the time.
I don't think we
You want to know?
necessarily allow it. I think it just
You know,
happens a lot of the
it,
times. And people don't correct it. Some people
you
don't.
know,
I always do. So I mean,
I
it's
went.
not necessarily you allow it. It just kind of you're put in a situation where it happens. And then it's like in your mind, I feel like some people like, should I address it? Is it worth it? Or should I just allow it? Like, is it a big enough deal for me right now to say something, or should I just let it
You
slide?
know, for me, you know what I say to that? I'm guilty of that sometimes. I'm not gonna lie because I don't correct the person. The only reason why I don't correct them is like for me, I'm like, you want to be a Jamaican, feel close. Everybody want to be like us when they talk so bad about us, but y'all still want to be us. So go and have your look at shine because you're what? When you see us, I'm proud. I'm proud of where I'm from. I'm glad say you want to speak like us because when I'm not talk bad and say, yo, why you speak like we then if you don't like it, right? So when I'm speaking, I feel good. I've been to many places, man. I went to even Thailand. They have a Bob Marley Day in Thailand. I was like shocked. Like when I see that, bro.
Wow.
Like see the Jamaican flag set up and the big poster say Bob Marley Day this day. It was fun. I'm not gonna lie. You know?
Um, I think Sabrina would be able to because I can speak from the Guyanese point of view. But I think the Trinidad has that same. When we used, I know back in the day we used to have our Independence Days at Scarborough Town Center and stuff like that, and there used to be other
Mm.
ethnicities trying to fit in or assimilate or
All the
or
time.
impersonate our groups.
Straight up just lie. It happened all the time. It was
I don't know
something
if
that
it still
happened when
happens
I was
today.
growing up in high school. I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it's different now for some reason. I don't know. Maybe the dynamics, but yeah, there's a certain demographic of people that used to like they used to have like a West Indian Day at like Wonderland, I think, back in the day. And that got mashed up because people were starting fights, other people were coming in, and you know how it goes. But when I was in high school and stuff, and like going into university, yeah, it was a big problem to have people like come to Caribbean parties, fetes, and kind of just mash up the whole thing
Yeah, we must,
and lie about what they were.
but we must have our own, a lot of our own things too.
Mhm.
That
We'll get into that.
really,
We'll get into that. We'll get into that.
But I think that's a Caribbean thing on the whole.
yeah.
So, okay, we'll segue into that, King. So, since we want to go there, the Caribbean people, the crab in the barrel mentality within our communities. Let's speak on it. How do you guys feel about it?
Well, I just think we just mess up a lot of things for ourselves, and we point fingers on others instead of we look at what we can do. As you were saying, same like with the language. You don't want people to speak a certain way to you, but yet still you speak a certain way to people. If you want change, you have to make it within yourself first, right? You can't just wait for people to make the change because you feel entitled because of slavery and all those nonsense before. I'm not saying nonsense in a sense, right? But because of that, it start with us. We have to make the change first. We can't be putting ourselves down and expect somebody else to uplift us, right?
Mhm.
Because if you're putting down one another and expect the other person to come and say, yo, I'm lift up the brother here, it ain't gonna work, you
Mhm.
know? Same way I tell you, like I do renovation and I do my thing. I registered my company like over 10 years ago. And I don't really do much of the construction side anymore. I kind of leave it to go into the can't tell you what that job is, but to that sector of job, Anthony, that I tell you. And the reason being is because like I want to work with my people, right? Not saying I wouldn't work with someone else. But then when I bring the idea to the person, it's like that person want to take it over as their own instead of to work together and build together. It's like if I'm making $1, you need to make $2 more than I do. Instead of we both try to make $1 and get to the same end
Mhm.
goal and build, right? Right? I remember when you say you want to do this podcast, one of the first thing I said to you is like, it's going to happen. You're gonna do it. And if I can support, I'm gonna support you. Because remember, when my brother got me on TikTok live, and then my first live or second live stream, you and Mimi came on there. And from then, we connected like that. I have events. I'm at Kitty's Carnivals. Somebody's tapping me on my shoulder and like, yo, someone is here for you. And I look around. I'm like, yo, who's this guy? Then you turn the back of your shirt and I see. But from then, it's just support. And that's what we need to do for one another. Stop tearing ourselves down and stop tearing one another down and bring it. If you look at the other cultures that come to Canada, you know how far fast they elevate when they got here because why? As even if they don't like one another, they build up each other to grow that wealth, and have that for their family. We, it's like, bro, you drive a Benz, I need a Maserati or something. I have to have something bigger than you, right? For me, if I'm rich, I want my friends them to be rich too. And if I find a way to make you rich, even if I need to stay out and just make you get rich, then get myself to that level, that's what I want to do, right? But it's like we fight against each other for what? And then we say, yo, the other people that not treat us right. But we are not treating ourselves right. So they're
Mhm.
looking at us fighting and fighting against ourselves, and they give us the
Mhm.
same fight, right?
Yep.
And I think
Yep.
that is the biggest problem with us.
I definitely agree with that. We are definitely fighting ourselves. I don't know if any of you've experienced this, but even Black owned business, when you try to support your people, it's like it's either it's a mess, they're late, or they want to overcharge you, or they don't want to compensate you, or the product isn't good. And then when you speak to them about it, it's a big calamity. I feel like why are we so comfortable with treating our own culture like that? I'm trying to
Yeah.
support you as a Black business owner.
Mm.
Why do you feel that you could get me my order late? I'm the last
No.
person out of your chair in the salon. you show up late. It's like they make it impossible for you to want to actually like support your own people. And I'm just flabbergasted on why is that? Why is that?
Funny you say that. And I think it's in Mississauga or something like that. There's a restaurant they call it Potluck or something like that. I used to go to this restaurant and buy food. It's a Jamaican restaurant, and I go there and buy food. But persons that have not my ethnicity came in after me, behind me, and the person is my people, and I'm there in the line early morning, and they serve the person behind me and look at me like I'm nothing. And then when I actually went up and buy the food and pay for my friend paid for the food, that same person overcharged and charged me for the same food that was paid for twice. You know what? I stopped going there because I'm like, I'm here to support you. I'm spending my money here
Hmm.
because I could have go to McDonald's and go spend it to other, but I say, yo, I'm coming to support your place, you know? And it's the treatment. They treat their own like piece of
Yeah,
garbage.
I don't get it.
So,
I don't know
don't get
why.
So what about the local price and the tourist price when you're abroad?
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and the funny thing too, like you're supporting, but then if you decide say you're not gonna support again, then they start class you like you're the worst person, but they never look at
Mhm.
themselves and say, how did I treat my own people when they come into here? I treat like their money is not the same money as the other person, right?
Mhm.
Money is money, but just I always say, even if I don't like the product, if it's not my taste of product you're doing, even if I have to buy one thing, I'm buying it just to say I support. Even if I don't want it, if
Mhm.
I walk in, I say, yo, Anthony, I don't really like that type of food, but you know what? We'll buy a food just to support it. Or
Mm-hmm.
I just say, hey, pay for the food. The person is come, give that person the food because I'm just here to support it. I was saying I do Kiddies Carnival. I did King and Queen last year and I was selling soup. There's a girl, the Rasta guy named Ro, they do his thing is Roll Soup. Like every vendor that was there, even though I'm selling the same product, I went and I bought their food and eat their food, even though
Mhm.
I'm selling the same food. And I said, boss, I don't really need your food, but you know what, man? I'm supporting. I turn around
Mhm.
to the same vendor. So they have these soup pots. So he have the tall, slim one that I'm trying to find. The minute I asked that guy where he get it from, he stopped talking to me and turned his back to me and never responds,
Hmm.
right?
Mhm.
And I'm like, why are you trying to stop your own people from making?
Mhm.
It's for thousands of people here. We are gonna make money. Why are you trying to fight each other from like, well, you want to make more money than me? I don't care if you make more money than me,
Mhm.
but I want to support, sell your things like I'm selling mine. That's it.
I'm gonna make a blanket statement, and let me know if you guys agree. Especially with our community, I feel like a lot of people don't want to support you when you're building, but they're already there at the finish line before you get there, waiting for you to support them. Um, how do you guys feel about that? Because I feel like that is something that's big in our community. A lot of people don't support you. Friends, family, whatever it is within your community won't support you when you're starting your
I don't
business.
think that's sorry. I don't think that's strictly a Caribbean thing though. I think that's just like a people thing.
Mhm.
Like investing early in somebody,
Yeah, for sure.
and believing in them. Maybe it happens a little bit more so in our community, but I feel like a lot of people aren't gonna support you or see the vision until they see some kind of like physical or monetary kind of payoff. Like they have to see it. They have to see the results,
Mm-hmm.
right? Before they kind of start
But
respecting what you're doing or kind of whatever. And you just, as a person who's doing these endeavors and stuff, like you just kind of have to expect that
you know the
behavior from some people.
yeah, but the best support
I
people
also
even
believe there's a different level of understanding too, though.
yeah.
So I agree
What do you
with
mean?
what you're saying, but there, like, I feel like there's a different level of understanding. Why I say that is because, okay, so if we want to break it down in um community or culture, yes, we always believe that, oh, because we're doing something, they're going to want to make sure they see results before they support us. That's one thing. But if we say, okay, in Canadian, so I'm gonna relate it to pageantry specifically. So in pageantry or sports, certain sports in the US, they eat, breathe, and sleep the sports or anything that they do. in Canadian society, when it comes to pageantry, they're like, oh, what's a pageant? What is this? What is that? So they're not going to support the cause because they do not see how it benefits them. So it's the same
Yeah.
thing as in the Jamaican culture. When I brought Mrs. Universe Jamaica from Canada to Jamaica, because it's in 48 years that they've been in business, Jamaica has never been in the competition past the 6 years that I've been managing it. So people are like, oh, what's that? What's this? Blah, blah. So a lot of the large corporations did not want to support me because they didn't know what it was until they started seeing results. So I believe it comes down to a level of understanding. So Canadian, certain cultures, it's unless we understand what we're getting into, then we're not going to support it. We
Yeah,
need
yeah.
to see results. We need to see the plan. We need to see all of that stuff. Whereas because in the US, because they eat, breathe, and sleep it, they're doing this every day. They're like, oh yeah, I know I can see results from this. I know I can get support from this. I know I can get business from this. So I am going to support this individual who's coming to me asking me for 500, 1,000, $5,000. It doesn't matter, right? So that's why I'm saying I believe it comes down to a level of understanding, and then how you pitch it and how you present what you're doing all matters in what you're doing.
No, I
Um,
agree
to,
with
tou-
you.
to touch on that, also we have to talk about there's levels to support, right? Everything you said is absolutely right, but support can mean as simple as you're running a pageant, you posted a flyer, repost it. Hey, can you hand
Mm-hmm.
these out? I also find that people don't even want to do that at some point.
You're
Like I
right.
find that strangers support you more than your people who know you.
Hmm.
And I think that also
Mm-hmm.
comes, it stems from they see you're onto something realistically, and you're probably gonna be bigger than them. Nobody likes to, apparently a lot of people don't like to see their friends doing better than them. It's as simple as liking your pageant post. They won't even do that.
Mhm.
They'll scroll and right past it, and a stranger will see it and like it. So there's different levels of support when it comes to money. You're absolutely right. I think people need to understand what you're doing when it comes to the money. But if you're my friend,
Mhm.
I'm gonna send you that $100 regardless because you're my friend on the strength of you being my friend. So yeah, you
No, you're
may
not.
tell me, well, I will. I don't know about other
I
people. I don't know
All right,
about
so
other
you know
people.
what?
I know what you're
Are
saying.
we
I'm
cool?
just playing
You know
devil
what?
advocate right
I'm
now.
about to start up a business just now. I
I
made $100. So,
I don't
and
know
I'm good with
about
that.
other people. I support my friends. I can only
Yeah.
speak for myself because that's how I
Tiffany, I
am.
support my friends too. I
Yeah,
believe
Okay,
in
yeah.
I
supporting who
like, I
supports.
repost, I hand out flyers, I repost, I will attend your designer shows, I will help you sell your designer stuff. I've done all that stuff. So I
So,
know a lot of people
so
are not like that, but that's the problem, right? Are you really my friend if
Yeah,
you're not
yeah.
willing to do those
yeah,
things? That
you
means
know
that's
the
not your friend.
but
They need to get
the
cut.
problem. Yeah, but the problem with your friends in doing this right now, right? As you said, when you look at it, your friends, they're trying to find what benefit it is for them. Like,
Mhm.
are you gonna give me
Mhm.
money to do this? Go and give me money. Like, one of the things people tell me, say, yo, I help people too much. And then when you need the help, they're always busy. They never have time for you. They can't put that energy, but you will
Mhm.
still put your energy into them. Even when you know when it's your turn and they're not doing, you're still doing the energy. I think one of the best things people can do for you as a friend, as you said, support. Hand out the flyer. I don't need you to go every day and hand out the flyer. One or
Right.
two times a year. Tell your friends about the events, what's gonna happen. You know,
That's
like
it.
when Anthony started this thing, every time I talk to him, I'm like, bro, it's gonna happen. It's happening.
Mm.
Trust me. He's like, I don't know. I'm like, yo, stop doubting yourself. It's gonna happen, no matter what it is. If I don't
Tiffany
have
just had Tiffany just lectured me. Was yesterday? Yeah, Tiffany just lectured
bro,
me
I
yesterday.
told you
Exactly.
this
Speaking
Yeah.
affirmation into people, that's a level of
every
support.
single time you talk. I told him, I'm very. This is a lot for me. Last year to now, I don't do these things. I don't talk publicly. If I don't see you in the circle that I am and I get to know you like that, I don't do this. This is
Hmm.
new for me. I never normally speak out like this, or even go on live and speak to people like this. And he didn't believe me when he saw me at one particular concert last year. And I said, bro, I'm very shy. But the thing is, I play soccer, so I know a lot of people that was at that event, so it helped me to like okay, approach somebody else and talk to them, right? But even though I'm saying I'm very shy and I'm talking with him and he's saying it's the same, so I'm boosting him up to go and speak to people, and that helping me now to just okay. If I'm telling him
Mhm.
that he should go and walk up to someone and just say, "Yo, can I have an
Yeah,
interview?"
I think I'm pretty
Why am I
shy.
gonna stand?
I think I was pretty
Where,
shy and pretty
where,
quiet in high school. I don't know. I'm not too sure.
Mm,
bro?
I wasn't.
mm,
Somebody else will have a different opinion there. I tell you. I'm not.
But
As I
um,
said,
sometimes
if
it's the
I know,
stranger more than your friends and family that's supporting you.
yeah,
exactly. And I'm sure we've all experienced that, right? You've seen it with if
We
you're.
have, and it's funny because today I spoke to a girl and I said, "Listen, I want you to join the pageant in July in Jamaica." She said, "No, I'm going to come next year because last year when I tried, I thought I would get support from my friends and family, and I didn't." And I said, "You're not, and you will find that you will build a new a
Mhm.
new friendship circle."
Mm,
Currently she's a lone traveler. I'm like, you're going to find new friends to travel with. You're going to
Mhm.
find new friends who have the same mindset as you. You're going to find new friends that want to experience the same things that you want to.
Mhm.
Your friends and family, yeah, they love you, but they're not going to necessarily support you.
Mhm.
no,
I tell people, friends and family, don't worry about friends and family supporting you because God will send you strangers, and strangers will
yeah,
make you rich.
but it's very hard to not expect your friends and family to support you, right?
It's
Like
it's
from
sorry,
it's hard.
It's
Trust me,
hard
it
to
is
teach with
hard,
them
but are
too.
you gonna dwell on that? Right? You can't really sit there and dwell on that. You just have to see it for what it is and keep it moving, because if you dwell on that, it's going to then affect you, and then it's just kind of proving them what they want to see. They want to see you fail. That's why
And
that
it's going to
energy
hold
is
you
coming
back.
towards you, right? So you just have to see it for what it is, and you got to keep pushing for yourself instead of dwindling in that type of negative energy that's coming from them, right? Because they want to see you fail. That's the point of it. They don't want to see you get support. They don't want to see you smile. They don't want to see you be successful. So you just have to pre it, know what it is, and just keep it moving, right?
yeah, I think as you get older too, and
But
you don't have as much time to invest in, I guess, fake relationships and fake friendships. So you
You have
kind of like read
zero
people
time.
faster. You read people faster than you would at say 17, 18 years old.
Mhm.
Um, so once you realize that this person's not going to support me the way I'm supporting them, you can't really give energy to someone that's not going to give any back to you. Because at the end of the day, time is money. We all have families. We all have bills and stuff like that. You know, it's if you have a supportive friend, yes, be supportive. But if you keep extending that olive branch and you're not getting any support back, then you have to make that call.
Mhm.
so now I'm at people I get emotional over. I guess it's still, guys.
Mhm.
Like the funny thing is, no, man, I get look a bit, me get emotional.
Mhm.
Like today, the in the last year away from my like family at home here, like the support I get is like the new friends actually. Like I always want to do. I love cooking. I have a passion for cooking. Right. When I wanted to do COVID happened, I was gonna do the cooking from my home. My wife keep telling me say I should do it, but then I saw my brother start doing it. But what I did, I put mine aside and then I start promoting my brother, even though he's in Scarborough and I'm all the other way in the West End in Milford, right? But I just say, yo, let me just push his thing. And then last year, a friend came to the idea, said they're gonna do snow cone at Kitty's Carnival, Caribana, and stuff like that. And they called me. So I went to the first the I guess it's you guys call it like the opening day where they had at Scarborough Town Center.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I went to that first one. And from there I'm like, holy shit, I love this. Then the second one we went to Kitty's Carnival in Malvern. And it was like crazy, crazy. We sell out like everything. We have to run back to stores. It's a good thing the mall have the grocery store across. And then King and Queen came up. And I reached out. My brother was supposed to come. For some reason, he says he's busy, can't do it. And I have a coworker of mine. I'm like, I need somebody that to help me. And I'm gonna do soup down there and all these things and the snow cone. And she was like, my husband is a chef, and if you want help, you come and help me. And the day when he came and helped me and we did the soup, right after that, the next day I go back to work and I say to her, she's like, "Oh, you're really serious about this restaurant thing?" And we started JD's Jerk. right after that. This pin I'm wearing right now is in memory because she passed away day after Valentine's this year, right? But I just realized, as you said, it's not the close friend that you have for years that support you. It's the new ones that you
Right?
get because
Mhm.
they see your idea, they see the passion, and they like believe in you without you even have anything, and they come and they give you some plan and say, okay, this is what we could do. Let's come together at your house. We meet up. Let's make samples of stuff and
Mhm.
take have different tastes. Cook for some of the family member and let them tell you like what they think of it. And from then it was going great, right?
Mhm.
It's gonna be on pause for a little bit because I have to wait for the family to like get past this right now. But you're right, it's the new friends. You will
Mhm.
make new friends, and those are the people who's gonna believe you. You can't always wait for your family or your friends that you have for years to support you. You just gotta just
Absolutely.
believe in yourself and just push, right? You know? So yeah.
Absolutely.
Someone said, as a fellow Caribbean content creator, I find the algorithm favors Jamaican content, so it takes more effort or consistency for the algorithm and reach to be successful. I'm assuming they're not from Jamaica, so um, I guess I can't really say for TikTok or Instagram what their algorithm pushes, but
You know
I
the
mean
thing right
they'll push what people want to see. I guess if people want to see Jamaican food,
no,
it is what it
you
is.
know what it is. You know what it is, Anthony. I tell you this before. People just like negative pasa pasa. That's the problem. When you're pushing good vibes and like wealth and stuff like that, like when I said I want property, I want to own 10 acres. Some of my friends that look at me and say, "What we need 10 acres in Canada for?" I'm like, "Bro, I live in Canada. My kid's born here. That 10 acres, when I buy that and I do what I need to do, I could go back to Jamaica and buy what I need to buy. I could go back to the Caribbean and buy what I need to buy. Why I have to worry about go build up something in the Caribbean where you only go once a year for? Why not build where you're at, right? If I'm retired, I'm not gonna keep the house I have here. I'm gonna downgrade, and that money can go buy me a house easily, right? So it's just too much pasta pasta than people want. You ever see? Do you follow any TikToker like King Tavi? What's her name again? I don't
I'll
even
be
want to
honest with
mention
you, and
it.
you know my stance on TikTok already. I post content on TikTok. I don't really do the lives because aside from you and Mimi,
Yeah.
majority of the lives are toxic. Caribbean lives are super toxic.
So the lives that I gone onto, it's like people that want to do basically the same thing. Like most away from you, it's like the people I connect with, they're doing restaurants, some of them in fashion, whatever it is. People are talking about, and the good thing for me, like a lot of my old friends, them that I haven't seen in years, we connect and then we just talk about the good old days, right? And plan to do other stuff. But like you're right, the other content man is toxic. Because then you hear your kids saying shit and you're like, yo, they need to get the slap for that, man. But you can't.
Mhm.
In the
Just to
pageant, go ahead, lady.
No, I was going to say just to add to that, like if you really, and this is just me personally, but like looking at my social media and just like what King is saying, it all goes back to algorithm and everything.
Mhm.
But if you really think about it, when you're looking at social media, what do people see? Jamaica. When I travel and they see Jamaica, ah, Jamaica, even if they don't know how to say Jamaica, they're like, ah, Jamaica, we love Jamaica. Have you been there? No, we haven't been there. But that's all they know. It's like when I travel, I don't hear anybody talking about Trinidad, um,
No,
Guyana,
no, you're
Grenada.
right.
Like I've been to some of those places, but you don't hear them speaking about it. It's
Right.
all about Jamaica. And one of the things a lot of people say about is Jamaica is, oh, they're the nicest people ever, blah blah blah. And a lot of people move to Jamaica, run businesses there, and everything. Jamaicans, a lot of Jamaicans don't own their business. They sell it out to the foreigners. So you go to some small resorts or whatnot, and you think it's a Jamaican that own it. No, they don't. It's somebody who married uh, somebody from UK or Canada or
That's
somewhere,
true.
right? So everything comes back down to Jamaica. That's what it's like seen in the media. So I believe that's what kind of like where they're coming from when it comes to that aspect.
Mhm.
But once you travel, everybody's like, "Oh, I love Jamaica." That's it, even if they haven't been there. But what were you going to ask me about pageantry?
No, I was gonna ask you if you've had any like issues with fellow Caribbean people within the pageant scene, or what is the support system like in that space?
So in 2021, when so in I don't share this story a lot, but in 2021, when I first when I got back into pageantry, I was first Mrs. Universe Canada, and I put down that title, and I took up the Jamaican title. So I'm like, oh no, I'm from Canada. Nobody's going to accept me because, as I said earlier, once you're from here or once you're there and you come back, then you're known as a foreigner. You're not a Jamaican. So I'm like, nobody's going to accept me. But then I had to overcome my own mindset. Like, okay, well, there's something out there for everybody. I will find support. And if I
Mhm.
don't, what am I going to do myself to either get people to listen to me or find that support where I can continue representing the country on a whole? So I went out there and I found that I was accepted more than I actually thought I would be, having going in with that mindset. So for overall, I believe I'll always believe that there is something out there for everyone. For number
Mhm.
one, and two, I was accepted more. And believing or not, when I'm actually in Jamaica, I'm more accepted here in Canada. Um, Unless you actually know me, or it's like, oh, we have a Mrs. Universe Jamaica. What is that? I'm like, well, it's a pageant. They've been around for 48 years. Blah blah blah.
Mhm.
And then that would actually bring me back to when you guys were talking about representation in the beginning. Even in the pageant world, women of color is still not represented on the same scale as entrepreneurs, as creators, as whatever you want to call your business line right now. But at the end of the day, I believe no matter what business that you're in, you have to figure out for yourself, where do you want to be, what do you want to do, how am I going to overcome my challenges, and how am I going to set myself apart? Because at the end of the day, you still have a family to feed, you still have to put food on the table for yourself or a family, and you still have to continue life. So, with business being out there for everybody, and I believe it was King and Tiffany talking about competition, who cares about competition? What are
Mhm.
you doing for yourself? How are you setting yourself apart, like I said, right? Do you want to be a niche in what you do? Or do you want to be like everybody else? Because at the end of the day, you are your own competition. How am
Mhm.
I going to better myself? How am I going to self develop myself? So it just comes down to, what are the pros and the cons of what you are doing, not what everybody else is doing.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
I'm
right with that.
I'm
One
gonna
of the
try
things.
to address this comment here, um, because well, I'll try my best to. The YouTube algorithm is not familiar with us, so I'm assuming this person's not Jamaican, representing us. So if you type in Caribbean, you see them, which is Jamaicans, first. So this convo is important for the change that is needed here on YouTube. Um, I I'll try my best to kind of answer it. I can only speak from a Guyanese perspective. Um, Guyana is not a tourist destination. It was never a tourist destination, never a place that people really care to go to. Up until now, I guess it's more of like a foresty type of area. Trinidad as well. Their main exposure, I guess, is like soca. I guess would be their media, um, which is not as popular as dancehall or reggae
Mhm.
to the outside world. So I think on YouTube, when you do type in Caribbean, yes, Jamaica is going to come up first, based on just from a media perspective. You guys do dominate that realm for the Caribbean. So yes, you do come up first in every aspect of Caribbean. When you think Caribbean, you'll think Jamaica.
Mhm.
And I'm not trying to be biased, but that is what it is.
Mhm.
But what you're trying to say, the change won't happen overnight. I think more people are going to start traveling to Trinidad, Grenada, Barbados, stuff like that, and eventually, I guess. But Oh,
Any
he
of you
said
guys ever been to Grenada? It's a nice place.
when you think of Caribbean, you see them first. You see white faces, white Caribbean people. You mean?
Who's typing that?
So if you type, can you guys see the chat on the left side, on the right hand side?
No, I
I
I
can't see
can
the
see
chat. I'm just
it.
can you see it?
confused.
I pulled it up on the screen. Can you guys see it on the actual main
No.
screen?
I can.
Oh no, I can't now. I can't see it.
Can't see nothing.
I can say when I went to Trinidad, I had the time of my life. I'm so sorry. I had the time of my life.
I want to go, but I'm still scared. I'm not gonna
It says when you type in Caribbean, you see them first. I guess white faces first. I haven't had that happen to me, so I don't know. I can't speak on that.
lie. I can't say that either. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it, so
So hold on. I just have a question because I'm always I think next year I'm gonna go, but Trinidad, where is the place not to go when you go to Trinidad?
well we lost our Trini representative Sabrina in here, so
I have family members that's Trinidadian.
Sabrina's here. She's in the
can you join?
comments.
Yeah, join back, Sabrina. Come.
She
Oh, she
can't
can't
talk
talk.
though.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I wanna know where in Trinidad to go. That's
I don't
like
know what's going
one of
on.
my goals.
Send me the link again.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I did, Sabrina. Let me try again though.
There's a thing saying connecting, but it's showing over a lady over here. Just
Reconnecting.
yeah, saying that.
And when I went to Trinidad, I went for carnival. So I guess I was in like the central space of where everything happens.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna remove you, Sabrina. I'm gonna invite you again. 1 second. There you go. I sent you another invite.
Maybe next year I'll go there.
Oh, who did we lose now?
You just lose lady.
We lost lady now.
Yep. You only have Tiffany.
Oh, you
Hola.
said like a bad thing, huh? Tiffany. We only have Tiffany. Tiffany.
You
Hola.
got you got me to como estás. Como es? Sí.
Oh, we got Sabrina back, and we
Yeah.
lost Shannon.
Okay, I don't know what
Yeah.
happened. Sorry, guys. My phone started overheating.
Oh shoot, really?
The last
Yeah, I
Your
gotta
phone
get
is
more
sideways,
phone.
but not sideways.
I'm
Oh,
Vertical
is
but
asking
it?
not vertical.
lady,
Yeah.
lady name is in there, but I'm not
Yeah, that's cool.
seeing
Leave it
her.
like that. All right, all right. Now that you're here, Sabrina, we'll get into this topic because I didn't want to be left alone with 3 Jamaicans in here.
I'm
They're gonna attack me.
Excuse me.
Canadian.
The best.
Canadian.
Who? Which country makes the best food in the Caribbean?
Oh gosh.
I had to throw it in.
Really?
Sorry, I had to.
I can't honestly answer that because can I say that I eat like a lot of Vincy Grenadian food? Like I can't say that. I like Trini food. I like Jamaican food too, but obviously I eat more of Trini food, but I also have very picky taste buds too, so like I'm like the wrong person to get into this fight.
Whatever Rihanna said is what I agree with.
What
You
Rihanna
guys can
said.
go Google.
What
You
did
guys
she
can go
say?
Google what Rihanna said.
Yo, listen. I'm gonna tell you,
You
Jamaican
said it,
food.
so say what
What is,
Rihanna said.
Yeah, what'd you say?
yeah, when did
Is
we?
it foolishness? Because you're telling us to go
Sabrina,
Google it.
No,
Sabrina, you know what
yeah,
Rihanna said, right?
She said
what
a
the
lot of
Chinese
things. I
food?
don't know.
Bro, you know the funny thing is, I saw some Guyanese lady online posting some stuff about oh this curry chicken or whatever food come from Guyana, but like her dish wasn't looking dishing still, not on all.
That's the thing. Listen, the thing with people, what people need to
It
realize when
wasn't
they
looking.
judge Caribbean food is not
Um,
each Caribbean person cooks the same. I can go to
that
Yes,
too.
you can't judge every Caribbean person by one person's cooking.
Mhm.
Hmm.
yes, bro. I go to a lot of Jamaican restaurants. I'm like, yo, where them people learn to cook? Not on like, you
Half
know.
the time
So
it's not Jamaicans
Well,
cooking.
I like to say
no,
not
I
every
went to
Jamaican can cook, not every Trini can cook, not every Guyanese can cook.
and
Yeah,
that's
Exactly.
true.
agree.
That's true. Right? Where would I? I went Grenada not last year, 2024. I went to Grenada and I went on a little tour to a river. And there's Grenadian cook. And bro, you have Rasta pasta before?
Mhm.
That's a
Bro, me a
what's that word?
Jamaican. I tell you this, like one thing I learned. I don't care
Imagine.
where you're from, what it is. When the food say food and it good, I'm telling you straight off the bat. I'm like, yo, bro, when I go back to Grenada, I'm making another
Imagine.
trip with this guy. bro, when I tell you the man make rasta pasta, he make a soup. The man use like almond. He use like, bro, nothing, no meat, nothing. The man make a soup like a red pea soup, and I tell you, it tastes like there was meat in it and nothing meat. I'll tell you how bad it was.
So so
And
so so a doubles or a beef patty?
Beef
it depends.
patty.
It depends. It depends. It depends. It depends.
Not that doubles we had though at Oasis though.
No, no,
No.
no, 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 no. So
You have
me
to
I go
get
tell
a
you what.
good doubles. You have to get a
You
good
have to
No,
get
you know
that.
what
doubles.
the problem
Yeah,
was, Sabrina? You know
Yeah,
what the problem
I
was,
won't
Sabrina?
lie. I do enjoy doubles.
No, you know what
bro.
the
When
issue
I
was
was
with that
in
king?
Chicago,
So we went to that festival, right?
no, we're
And
not talking about that festival. That's not a
no,
double.
no,
That's
no,
two
no. The
water.
food, the food, the food, the food, the food, food.
Yeah.
So, and I could tell you reasoning why you didn't like that doubles, and I didn't like the
Andrew,
double either.
you
The
saw
people
Megan's
cooking the
message?
doubles was not from the
You
Caribbean.
saw Megan's message?
Yeah. They weren't, and it was like watery. Doubles not supposed to be that
Who
watery.
was making
About
them?
cooking up
Like what
some
kind of
more
people?
in your space?
Foreign,
Foreign national.
international. Yeah, yeah. You know what's going on
Oh.
in Canada. Yeah, them
Foreign
ones.
national.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bro,
the
listen.
doubles here, you have to get a doubles from Trinidad. Like doubles
No,
here, you
but you
can't
know,
compare.
listen. In Scarborough, back in my days when I was in high school, I get doubles from Scarborough. And trust me, they were like, I love it. And this is where you get some spice, but
ACR,
not
ACR. Yep.
in
But anyway, egg
Scarborough.
ball is the best, right, Rando?
But beef patty though, bro. Warden Station, if anybody know when beef patty was going, Warden Station was the best place to get beef patty. Bro, I live in
Mm.
Markham and Islington, and I take the bus and go to Warden Station and just reroute on the other bus to just get beef patty every day.
So are we picking her
And,
up or no?
that is it. So it depends, as you say. It depends on which one you get and who cook it,
All right.
right?
Let me get into the. Oh, yes, exactly, Rando. Let's get into the music side of things now. So our music plays a big impact globally. Um, how has music or our music shaped you as a person? And I want to know each one of you, like your top five artists. It doesn't have to be today, but overall, that helped shape you to who you are today.
All right. I grew
I'm
up
putting you guys on the
listening.
spot. Let's
I'll
go.
answer that overall. I never like
Yeah,
to say
bro.
I have a favorite of anything, but
Mhm.
like my overall genre is just old school reggae, old school
Can't be that.
R&B, old
Mhm.
school everything.
I'm gonna say the same thing.
I mean,
Old
like
school.
there's some good
Even
dance hall, but like
even
old
old
school
school is
for
a
life.
dancehall. But the old school dancehall is not the same like dancehall here because they didn't have so much swearing in old school dancehall. Because my aunt used to, when they have records, not even CDs, we have cassette and records back in the day. And
Mm.
old school dancehall back in the days, it was nice. Even the clash, you don't really hear too much swearing and stuff, but it was nice. But then here now, new generation of genre of reggae and dancehall is different.
Different.
I like, yeah, I just like
So give me your
cultural
top
music.
five now. I think I know. I think I know your number one already, but give me your top five.
Who, my number one? Who's
Who
my number
inspired
one?
you? Your top number one is Killer. I know that already.
All right. So who I grew, I have to put Beanie Man in there, and there's a reason for it, right? Because when I grew up, those were the guys I was listening to, right?
Three more.
I I could put I like Ghosts because I like some of them with the soft reggae thing and I listen. Um, I like Sanchez and Bears. I can
Mm.
then add Buju after that.
Mm.
Mm.
I have a mixture, you know. I don't want like right now. I don't listen to swear. Only time you hear me listen to bad right dancehall music, and when somebody annoy me. I just like culture music. Give me some
Mm.
Drop Leaf and some of them
You
old
know what I
time
think?
rhythm.
You know what I think? I never used to like soca when I was growing up. I never, but I feel like now I got older and life start beat you.
I like old.
soca,
I love the
soca just hits
bro.
different and
Listen,
make you just wanna
listen. I
enjoy
like the
life.
old genre of soca and calypso. I'll be honest. Like when
What like the
I used to
Byron Lee
club.
and them.
Mhm.
Bro, listen.
Mm,
I used to club like 4 days or 5 days out of the week. One of the days I didn't go clubbing actually was Monday.
mm,
Yeah. And when we go to parties, I love soca. And the reason why I love soca, I don't have to when they play in dancehall. it's harder to dance with a female because they're like, yo, who this I come like juke up himself come. But when soca music come up, you just gotta stand there. Everybody just dance. No just dance. You know? No
Sabrina, let me see
just
who your top five.
wine.
But like top five in like what genre? Like
No,
I
I don't
don't.
know. No, like Caribbean overall, but not today. Like your I would say your entire life. Like the music that helped shape you into the person that you are today. Because I have artists that are in my top five today, but are probably not in my top five overall.
I'm a
That's
big Sizzla fan. Um, Horace Riley, Barris as well. I'm trying to think who else. It's so hard. It's so hard. I enjoy so like a lot of different types of music. It's hard for me to do favorites. Buju, like I don't, and then like I have my own for soca, and it's a lot.
it's hard for me as well, but the way
Yeah.
I see it is like the way I have my favorites is not basically it's not musically. It's based on the time periods of my life, I guess I would say,
Mhm.
and it's deeper to me than just the music. So there was a point in my life where I mainly listened to Sizzla only, and that's probably because like as I said I don't know if I told King the story, but my father passed away when I was young, so I moved here with my mom only, right? So I lived with my mom by herself. So basically, music was the only thing I got, to turn to, and like I started listening to Sizzla. And Sizzla basically became my father, musical father at that time, and especially the cultural music at that time helped mold the person I am today and the way I see life and stuff like that. So yeah, when I choose the people for myself, it's not basically just the music. It's more for like, I guess, the impact they've had on my life.
Mhm.
No, I forgot one of them, Garnet Silk, bad artist.
Garnet, yeah,
Next
Garnet's gone too soon.
was to be the next
The
Bob, man.
next Bob, yep,
I remember that day when I was going to school when this accident happened. Like the gas tank got shot and the place exploded. Saw his brothers the next day. Yeah, he was this bro. Was different. It was different. Not gonna lie.
yeah. Tiffany, you got a top five?
Sizzla's my number one. I heart that man. I heart him so much. Oh, he's number one. Then my number two would be Sanchez. My number three is Barris. My number four is Morgan Heritage.
Mm.
My fifth is, you know what? It's not going to be reggae, even though I heart reggae. But I think Michael Jackson definitely was. That is somebody I wish my children would be around to
Yeah.
experience. Him and Whitney Houston,
Not even just the music alone, just him as a
just to,
icon. Yeah.
yeah, just to experience the greatness. So that's my list.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
pretty
think I,
simple, straightforward.
I think
Anthony,
Shannon.
you
I
only
think
gave
Shannon
us
dropped.
one. Anthony, you only gave us one, and that was only Sizzler and us. So what was the
There
other
were
one?
no, there were part of like I can't say like the whole alliance too like played a big role because that
Okay.
when Bounty created the alliance that was and I named my other business pretty much after that. Um, that was a huge thing like that played a
Isn't
big role
Mike
in my.
Guy your other favorite artist? What's the
My
one
other
that
favorite
says
artist is Busy for sure.
the one? No,
Busy
no,
is my
no.
favorite artist.
The one that I thought it
Busy,
was the one that says bigger than Bob Marley. What's his name again?
you really want me to get into that on the podcast? You want me to expose the artist on the podcast? Okay.
Yes, expose him. Man. I am biggest artist, man. I thought that was your best artist.
You're putting me on
Yeah.
the spot, bro. Next time, next time, next time, next time.
All
Anyways,
right. We leave. Don't
we
worry.
have a story that with an artist that he didn't really say it, but indirectly said it. That yeah,
We're gonna
yeah,
indirectly say it. We're gonna leave
indirectly
it
said
alone.
it. Um,
Indirectly say it. You know,
yeah,
indirectly say it. Let's leave him there. Don't give him no more praise right now.
yeah, yeah,
Make him stay in a little box.
yeah.
Yeah.
Busy, but yeah, busy. Alka, Sizzler, my top three.
Mm.
The two,
I think
the next two.
I think you have to go from 80s to 90s and then from 2000 to
But you see, I was a kid in the 90s, though.
2005.
Like we listened to the 90s music, but we were never that, what do you call it,
I guess
like, in it.
I guess
Yeah.
I'm telling my
Yeah, I was a teenager when the whole alliance was formed, right? So I think that's
Mm.
why. But
now I don't live that.
the Bounty and the Beating them were big back in the 90s. Like I remember my
Mhm.
sister them having parties and stuff and that, but I was too young.
Bro, so every day they used to release like I was telling you, they release a new song like every day. So like it was just Bunty Beenie Man. Like Beenie Man release a song today, tomorrow Bunty Killer release a song. Next day Bunty release a song, the next day Beenie Man. It was like counteraction after counteraction. But those were like some nice dancehall song like back in
I
the
can
day.
say the 90s parties were the best parties because
They
even as a
were.
kid,
Bro,
as I remember my sister them hosting parties and stuff like that. The dancehall parties in the 90s were nice. Were nice.
I man throw big dance every Saturday night, bro. I'm telling you.
And then you're
Was
throwing
it
some soca music in there, some Sparrow and stuff like that. Man, nothing
I mean,
beats
I don't know.
growing up. I feel sorry. Sabrina, I wish I had a Caribbean childhood.
I cannot have me come
I
learn soca.
still, I mean, my
Canada
parents
me
are
come
very Caribbean. I still grew up with a lot of,
But leaving in the
cultural
morning
stuff.
time, you're going with your friends them everywhere. You just picking fruits all over the trees and just climbing trees, fall down, scrape up your knee and everything. And that was nice, man. I would not trade
back
it. I would not trade it. Yeah.
back out country. Limbrook. Yeah, I pick mango.
You come home.
Limbrook.
You come home and you come home. You fall down. You break your hand. You come home. Your mother beats you again.
I,
Yes.
I never break any bone. I fracture bone, but in my adulthood when I'm going back to them. Never really break none, but I got some close call at mango tree. When you see pretty mango, you climb and you think the limb could hold you up,
It's a
and a few
Caribbean
years later
creators
you
call.
crack and drop it.
It's live. They can hear you.
Yeah,
Tell them hi. Tell them hi.
good
Um.
day.
Yeah. So okay, let's close it out because I think we're past now. Um. What is something I think? What is something we can do as a community to better elevate our, I would say, our space on a social media platform?
No,
Like,
it's the over for me. It's the overall supporting one another.
Mhm.
As you just created this group,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm just seeing you guys' faces for the first time. All we know is a lot of messages in the chat, right?
Mhm.
It's just that like the connection, connect with people, like extend the branch and just
Mhm.
don't try to look about it as your own, just try to help somebody else. And not looking for the reward for yourself. Because my
Mhm.
reward I always say for me is if I could help you and you help the next person, that is my greatest
That's a
reward
win.
because from
Yeah.
day on
Mhm.
that's what I did for you. Like when I do a lot of things for people, like, yo, do you want this? I say, no, go and do this for the next person. That is my reward, right? So just keep extending that olive branch and just help him not looking for a return. If you get a return, great, but don't go into it with the expectation, oh, I did this for you, so you should do this for me, right?
mm,
Because then did you really do it because you want to do it for the person, or you do it looking for something from that person, right?
Mhm.
I think that's what we need to continue to push, and that's why I like this group, right? So because this is something I always wanted to do, and I never really find people who want to speak positive and like push positivity out. It's always the negative vibe. Like you say, you come with an idea, they shut you down, and the same people who shut you down is the same people try to take that same idea and go run it
And
for themselves.
yeah.
You
mm,
know, so I just like this little group here. I'm not gonna lie, you know. I normally don't get to speak on social media and them things, and people are seeing the difference and the changes it's making for me. And as you said, not being afraid to do something or achieve something that I want to. Because my shyness hold me back a lot, but like since I started having these group conversation with you guys, I'm able to like speak more with people, like connect more, do the things without thinking what other might think of me, right? Just do it with the love and the passion I have for it, and just try to be the best I can be. And every time I do it, I
Amazing.
try to improve it every day. So that's just one reason for me.
yeah. Anyone
Mhm.
else?
I would say communication.
Yeah.
Mm,
I would say communication. If you can do something, do it. If you cannot do something, do it. Say you cannot do it. And if it's going to take you some time, still relay that information to the individual.
Mhm.
That is, yeah, you're right. Don't tell somebody you're gonna do it, and then when they're reaching out to you, you ignore it.
My
That's
God,
correct.
bane of my existence in the carnival community, the bane of my existence.
So were you ever put in that position before, Sabrina, where you made something and people stopped communicating with you?
No, just like as like a section leader and a designer, like I'm going through it right now. Like I have a seamstress, I've got a wire guy. I can't do certain things, right? So I have to outsource it. So people will be like, "Yes, I can do this." I'll be like, I need it for a certain date. Can you get this done? If you can't get it done, give me a heads up. But like a lot of people in this industry, they'll wait until the last minute or when it's supposed to be, the deadline, and they'll be like, I couldn't do it, I couldn't, whatever. There's a lot of
Mhm.
lack of accountability in that sense, at least in
Mm.
the carnival community that I've witnessed. So that's a big irk for me. Like, just let me know so I can like save my own ass, you know? Like, let me have a plan B if you can't do something.
I feel like even in that sense too, most people because they want to have that sense to say, yeah, I'm gonna help this person, so I'm gonna tell you yes, even though they know they can't do it, and they just
Mhm.
hold you on, and then at the last minute screw you over. Like, what does that do? It don't do anything positive for none of us,
I'll be
right?
honest. I'll be
It just
honest.
show me
I
that
used to be
you
that
can't
way.
depend on me.
I'll be honest. I used to be that way, and I think it comes from like some people just trying to be people pleasers. Um, Even though they know they can't do something, they don't want to make you upset, and they want to do
Yeah.
things. Yeah, I think it comes from a
It's
sense
also
of
like you can't do confrontation or you can't have that
yeah,
awkward conversation or something, which I understand, but man, we need to get over that, especially if you're running a business
yeah.
or people. I'm giving you my money and I have a deadline to meet as a designer and stuff. You can't keep leading me
Oh,
on or
oh, when
breadcrumbing,
money's
or else
involved,
I'm
it's a
gonna get
different.
vexed.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get vexed.
when money's
Yeah.
involved, it's
Yeah,
a completely different story. But I mean, in
Yeah,
general,
yeah.
people need
No,
to.
no, I do. People will
Yeah,
take on things that they know they don't have the capabilities of doing and just say yes, 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 but I
and
can't do it. It's happened to me too many times.
yeah.
We gotta be honest with ourselves. Like you gotta know what you can handle and what you can't. You have to be able to say no.
The problem with our
Yeah.
community is that we treat each other like family when it's
Beneficial.
beneficial. Um, we
right.
don't want
When
to
it
sign
makes you look
contracts.
good,
We don't want to sign contracts.
Yeah, yeah.
We
They're
don't
like,
want
oh,
to do
I'll get
things
this
like
done.
that.
I'll do it for
Yeah,
you.
we don't want to do those things when it's needed to be done because we're family or we're from the same
Yeah.
community. But when something doesn't get done, no one's held accountable for it. So
I'm doing a lot of things for family in that sense because you know what? Even when you do it for family, it's like, oh, we should discount it like beyond discount because we're
Oh
family.
my God. Yeah.
And it's a lot of time because they forget that the time you're taking to do something for them, you could go and charge somebody else double the price, market rate. You're going under market rate, and they still want you to go below that because you're family,
Mhm.
you know? And
well, I
they're the
mean,
same one when
if you're
they want the
buying,
best
yeah,
quality, but they want the best quality from you, but yet still they won't pay you for the best quality.
But
And you know the
that's where your own discretion comes in too, right? Like there's certain people like the friends supporting you thing. A lot of my friends or how I choose to support friends is like I will pay full price for your service or whatever. A lot of them will give me a discount to be like, no, I'll give it to you, whatever. I'm like, no. Even if you want to give it to me free, whatever, I'm gonna pay something. I'm gonna pay the full price. I'm gonna support you in that way. And there's gonna be a lot of people who are gonna be like, oh, can I get a discount? Can I get whatever? And as you as a person who knows your worth in time and effort and energy that you put into whatever you do, you have to learn to say no, I can't do this, or you need to fund it in some way. Like you have to stand up for yourself.
yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
you
Tiffany, what do
know,
you think? What do you think we can do as a community?
Again, just support, adequate support, and just when you're dealing with your people, deal with your people properly. Just give people the respect that you would give all across the board. Not because we're both Jamaicans, you can just talk to me like we're buddies. I'm still your customer.
Yeah,
I want that customer experience.
yeah,
Yes, from start to finish. So it's just, I just feel like, yeah, support one another, whether it's whether it's, oh, I know King cooks. Oh, somebody's looking for a kid. Oh, or Sabrina's, or, oh, it's just kind
yeah,
of just having people in mind, and
you
just
know,
supporting because we all come across a person that would want something that a service that we all offer, right? So
Can I take 5 minutes to advertise too? I actually do. If you know anyone need home renovation, like a basement or kitchen or bathroom, I do that too. As you
yeah,
can see in my background, I do all of this by myself here. Right? This is my kitchen in my basement. I do all of these things by myself, right? So
right,
if you need
Nice.
anybody that need those stuff, call me. And I'm not the person trying to go give you builder price. I'm not Bob the
right,
Builder, but I'm Bob the Great. So I just want you because the best thing is when you do something for someone and you give them honest price and good quality, word of mouth goes so far. Like I
Mm-hmm.
have
Yeah.
not really put my
right.
flyers out for all the jobs I ever done. It's because I did it for someone and they tell the next person and the person and I keep getting repeat customers.
You know,
Not to
you
fix what I do, it's just to keep doing.
you know something, King. You know something, King. What you said makes a lot of sense too, and you know, like pretty much when I started this, because you were with me pretty much from the beginning. Um,
Yeah,
it's not always skill or know-how that gets you in positions that
yeah,
you know what I mean. That gets you opportunities. A lot of it has to do with your character as well. Um,
yeah,
and I feel like me being in a position where like I didn't have much to offer at the beginning of starting this, but me speaking to people and explaining my vision and explaining my goals for this whole thing, it sparked like a curiosity in people, or they were willing to give me a chance to, expand this based on just how I spoke. So it's not always the fact that people know more than you or stuff like that. It's also you as a character. If you approach someone with hostility, they're gonna react with hostility.
Right,
And don't be egotistical to the point where you think people owe you anything. No one owes you anything.
right.
yeah.
So
Oh, and another thing for you.
And it's who you know sometimes.
yeah,
Oh,
there
Anthony,
is
Mhm.
there is a lot of nepotism, favoritism, and stuff like that in the community. I would say, um,
oh my God.
but that goes with like our family dynamics as well too. There's cousins that are probably favored by your grandparents more than you. You know what I mean? That's just how the community operates. I feel at a point it's just when you get to a certain age, you kind of like
It's coming.
put that aside and put you first. You know what I mean? So I think
Hmm.
seeking validation at a certain age
Good
and
night,
stuff like that, I
everyone.
think
Good
it's
night.
less important.
Good night. I just come.
Sorry, guys.
All right, we're gonna
I
we're
I
gonna
gotta
end.
get going.
We're gonna end this, guys.
Okay.
I
Sorry.
want to thank you guys so much for coming, and I look forward to the next one. And we're gonna have another
Anthony.
constructive conversation.
Oh, I have one more thing for you. Elephant Man is supposed to be coming here soon, right? So, my friend Dad is gonna try and bring him back in the summer after this concert he's coming up here for. So remember to reach out to him. I'll reach out to see if you could get that backstage access again.
I'm trying to work on Cardi B right now, so I'll let you know what's going on.
All
We'll
right.
talk. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
All right, guys.
Bye,
Take
guys.
care.
Okay,
Have a
have
good
a good
Have a
night.
good
night,
night.
Take
everyone.
care.